I have two concerns. One, I hear spoken of very seldom about exemptions on religious grounds. Is that true? And what are these religious grounds? Number two, I'm also concerned when I'm reading online, whether it's Yahoo, several times I've seen articles that kind of speak to terrorist and extremist groups, and I'll stop and I'll read them, and they're actually talking about conservatives, right-wing conservatives. And the reason I'm saying that because it is being a black conservative who knows today that history has been so revised in a sense, or enough shaping of views from the media, people will actually begin to believe a lie. So with me seeing this subtle, not just attempt, there are several people out there who will begin to view us as enemies just for challenging the government. So I'm very concerned.
I'm going to take that in 2 parts. Curtis, if you'll answer the first part in regards to exemptions. But let me just say this, and this week, Conservative organization took a memo or an email out of context, published that email, created a great stir, and it was inaccurate information. So I would say the one thing we seek at Americans for Prosperity, and I know Curtis's organization and Dan Graber's organization, as conservatives, we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And so we need to make sure our information is accurate, that we've vetted our information, and we don't forward information that we know is not good information. So above all, let's hold ourselves above reproach and have a civil discourse on the issues. And agree, disagree with them. People literally have different beliefs.
I was asking about a blog that's on the other side of the aisle. If I read it, and I said no because they never document what they say. So I don't even read it. But there are some religious exceptions in Obamacare, specifically Amish and Mennonites, because the criteria is that there has to be a long-standing written code that would verify or what's the word I'm looking for? Not verify, validate a religious body's objection to a specific kind of health care. And that does stand with the Mennonite religion, it does stand with the Amish religion. I don't know about others, but I will tell you what you cannot do is they will not accept a new statement from an existing religious body nor a new religious body created for the purpose of exemption. They're normally only going to accept those religions that have a long-standing written code against certain kinds of health care which would otherwise be provided by Obamacare. And let me just say the other thing that you said about conservatives, and I know I'll do a segment for you. Here's what you're going to see happen as the election gets closer. You all know this, but you're going to see Obama cast as moderate.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why.
Comrade Obama.
He's going to be cast as center because the net effect is to cast us as extremists.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to be. That's what you got to be
going on for years.